The Washington Commanders, there was a report yesterday morning from ESPN that Taylor Heinicke was going to start the regular season finale. That pivoted to Sam Howell. Why not see what Sam Howell can do?
Right.
Why not?
Right.
Why not?
Right.
You're eliminated. You're eliminated. It's done. It's over. You've got a rookie that created some excitement in training camp. Let's get him through the process of preparing to play. Let's see what he can do, because if he shows us enough, we don't need to jump onto the quarterback carousel. We don't need to try to sign Derek Carr. We don't need to try to trade for anybody. We don't need to do anything other than maybe continue to develop and groom Sam Howell, because maybe we got something here.
I think that's right. It's one, like, we know what they got is not the future, right? So that's when I heard Taylor Heinicke yesterday, I was a little like, all right, yeah, whatever. But I thought about Sam Howell right away, because I know there was some talk about he might play even if Heinicke started or whatever. And I just was going, well, why wouldn't you just start Sam Howell? Like, Heinicke's not going to be your starting quarterback next year. Carson Wentz is not going to be either. It's probably still unlikely that Sam Howell will be even that guy. But nonetheless, to your point, you're right. You try it out. You see. I would think they'd have a pretty good feel whether he played or didn't play if they felt like he was the future here. But maybe, again, maybe if they felt like, ooh, maybe he could be the guy of the future, he goes out and plays awesome like you're talking about, and he does make them, not throw the checkbook out to some quarterback this offseason. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. But I agree with that decision. I didn't understand the Heinicke start thing anyways.
And think about this, Chris, with the potential sale of the team pending and offers already made and the process playing out, why would Dan Snyder authorize spending a ton of money on a quarterback in free agency if he's not going to own the team when the season starts? Why do you want to incur that expense? And I know, grand scheme of things, it's not much if you're getting $7 billion plus for the team, but that's just another reason to do it. And also, generally, I feel like the pendulum is swinging against paying quarterbacks a huge amount of money, because we have multiple cautionary tales on these major contracts in recent years, starting with Jared Goff, but continuing with others, Derek Carr, Kyler Murray, maybe Deshaun Watson, who knows? He's shown some signs recently that maybe he'll become what the Browns had hoped for. And you can build a team. You can use those resources at other positions. And if you have a quarterback, especially on a rookie contract, who's good enough to get it done, you put yourself in a better position to be competitive. So you at least gather the information, you see what he can do, and you make a smart decision about the future. But one of the factors is the team's for sale. I don't envision a gigantic splash in free agency for Dan Snyder as he's on his way to cash out and move on. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.